Hey everybody, welcome back to Writing with Miss Casto. I hope you're as excited as I am to continue all of our great work. So we are going to be doing something a little different with our writing. If you have the paper that we sent home before we left for this crazy break, that is for you to work on by yourself from now on. Any free time you have, if you want to work on it, that is for you because I want to do something different now. I love opinion writing, but what we sent home is lots of I like and this is better. And while that's really fun to write about, I want to try to prepare you for the kind of writing you're going to do when you get to first grade. This is a little different. It can be a little harder to think about, but if you were in my class, you got a little introduction to it, and the more you practice with it, the easier it gets. And you don't just have to do it when you're watching the video with me. You can do it like as a journal or when you see something. And we'll talk more about what I kind of mean later. So today, you're not going to use the paper that we sent home. I want you to find just one piece of paper and a pencil or a pen. If you need to pause the video to go find that, you go do that right now. Otherwise, I'm going to get started. So, with your one piece of paper, I want you to hold it side to side, just like this, and fold it across. All right, so I'm gonna line up my edges all nice. Very good, so it should look like this when you're folding it. There we go, smooth out my edges. And now I have almost a book looking thing. This is how I made my writing paper in my classroom. So on each page of your book, let me show you what I mean. I want you to put your box and then your lines for your words. So before you try that, watch what I mean. I'm going to make my own box. Oop. All right, so I drew my box. And then underneath, leave space underneath, I'm going to draw 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. See that? All right, you go ahead and try that for your first one. You're going to put this on all of the pages. So after you do the first one, go ahead and watch. I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to put one on each side. So I'm going to do one here and one here. I'll show you what I mean. If you want to get started on that first page, you go ahead. All right, do you see how I did that on one side? Now I'm going to do it on the other side, okay? Okay. So that's what it should look like on the inside. So you should have your page on the front, just like this. Then you should open it up and have 2 more pages, just like this. We'll leave the back blank for now. We don't need it today. So you should just have 1, 2, 3 pages. If you need to pause the video to finish, go ahead and do that now. I'm going to keep going. So at the bottom of your pages, I want you to write on the front, I want you to write the number 1 at the bottom. That way I know that this is page 1. When you open it up, on this side, you're going to write a 2. So I'm going to write the number 2. And what do you think goes on the other side? The number 3. That's right. So we have 3 pages. Okay, if you need to pause to finish that up, go ahead. I'm going to keep going. So, like I said, we are going to be writing about something different today. I'm not going to give you some options or ask what is your favorite or what do you like better. Today we're going to talk about something different. I want you to keep these 3 words in mind as we go through today's writing. We are going to be talking about problems, right there, problems. Now, if you don't know what a problem is something that is wrong or that it's something that somebody is doing wrong. It's something that needs to be fixed. So there are lots of different kinds of problems. We see problems at school where people run in the hallways and people shout in the lunchroom. Maybe people are drawing on the walls. Those are some problems at school. Maybe some problems at home are that you and your brother fight, or that somebody doesn't clean up their mess and you have to. There are problems, out in our community where maybe somebody steals something from a store, or people drive too fast and they drive faster than the speed limit, than it's safe to. So those are some different types of problems. And sometimes in opinion writing, we write about problems. Well, here's what we do. So in opinion writing, we have to state our problem. We have to write what the problem is. What do we see that needs to be fixed? Then we have to think about why it's a problem. So for example, if Ms. Casto sees someone running in the hallway, well, maybe Carlos is like, I don't think that's a problem. Why shouldn't he run in the hallway? But Johnny's like, whoa, here's why it's a problem. So we also need to say why it's a problem. That way everyone understands that, yes, it is a problem. Then lastly, we need to think of a solution. Can you say solution? Solution. Solution means, how do we solve the problem? What can we do to solve this problem? Because we can't just tell somebody, hey, solve your problem. There's things that we can do too. So here's where we get started with our writing. You should be on page 1 of the book that you just made. So on page 1, the first thing we're going to say is our problem. Go ahead and take a second to think. It can be anywhere, at school, at home, anywhere you can think of. What is a problem that you have in your head? What do you think is a problem? Good job. Alrighty, if you need more time to think, you can pause, totally fine. I'm going to use the problem, because this is the one I used in class. Hopefully you have a different one. I'm going to use the problem of kids running in the hallway. That's a problem. As a teacher, that's a problem that I think needs to be solved. So on page 1, I'm going to write what my problem is. And I really should, because I'm trying to think of how to write that. If I say kids run in the hallway, does that say that's a problem yet? No, I'm going to word it to how I think it shouldn't be. I don't think kids should run in the hallway. So I'm going to say kids shouldn't run in the hallway. That's what I'm going to write. I want you to take a second and think about how you're going to write what your problem is. You could even say running in the hallway is a problem. There's lots of different ways. Just make sure that I know, and that your family knows when you read it to them, that they know that you think what you think, that you think it's a problem. So I'm going to go ahead and write mine. You can write yours. If you need to pause the video to continue working, please do that now. You should have only written your sentence for your problem. I know Ms. Casto went fast, so if you need to pause, go ahead. So I wrote, kids running in the hallway is a problem. I bet you have a really good sentence about what your problem is too. All right, we're going to go back and draw our pictures later, because I want, with the time that I have with you today, I want to make sure we're focused on the writing. So, kids running in the hallway is a problem, and you have stated your problem on your own piece of paper. So now, we've done step 1. We've said what our problem is. Now we need to say why. Why is it a problem? So I want you to go ahead and take a second. Why is your problem a problem? Why should it be solved? All right, I've got mine. If you want to pause the video to write it down, you can. You can listen to Ms. Casto's idea before you do that. So for mine, kids running in the hallway, why is that a problem? Well, I think I'm gonna write somebody could get hurt if, let's say, Maria is running in the hallway and she runs into Miss Casto and Miss Casto falls over onto the floor and I bump my elbow and I'm crying because it hurts so much. That's a problem, right? Should that have happened? No, and Maria would never run into me. Oh my goodness. So that's my why. Running in the hallway means that someone could get hurt. So that's what I'm going to write. Someone could get hurt. If you want to go ahead and pause the video, you can do that while you work on your own writing. And hopefully you are sounding out your words. What goes at the end of every sentence? Period. That's right. Using those things we talked about last week, like those uppercase letters of the first letter of the first word, all lowercase letters for the rest of them. Having spaces in between your words. So my why on page 2, someone could get hurt. All right, if you need more time, take more time. So we've stated our problem. We've said our why. Now we need to write our solution, which is how we solve the problem. I had some friends come up with great ideas for solutions on to solve the problem of kids running in the hallway. One of their really great ideas was to make a sign or a poster that reminds students to walk in the hallway. So my why on my solution on page 3 could be I can make a sign that says walk. And that's how I'm going to solve that problem. And then I could draw a picture of the running kid seeing the sign and knowing that he needs to walk. So I'm gonna do that if you want to take a second to pause and do that, or you can watch me write it. I'll hold it up so you can see. So I can make a sign, so I'll write that. I can make a sign that says walk. And hopefully you're sounding out your words all by yourself. Parents, let them sound out their words. All right, so to show you one more time, we start with our problem. Well, my problem was that kids running in the hallway is a problem. Then we have our why. Why is kids running in the hallway a problem? Well, someone could get hurt. That makes it a problem. Then we have our solution. And my solution, how I can solve the problem, is that I can make a sign that says walk. Now that we've gotten that all done, you can draw your pictures for each page, reread your writing, maybe even go back. Let me see if I can find mine from last week. Yes. You could even go back and double check your work. Do you have spaces in between your words? Do you have lowercase letters for all of your words? Is only the first letter of the first word an uppercase letter? Go back and check. Did you do that for all of your sentences? Fantastic job, everybody. I know that's a big concept, but you don't have to wait for the next video with Miss Casto to practice your problem-solving writing. You can do it at home. Anytime you see something at home or at the grocery store that you think is a problem, write about how to solve it, even over the summer, because that's going to make you a really good writer for first grade. And I know you want to be good writers in first grade. So thank you so much for joining me. It's so good to see everybody. Send your teachers pictures of your work. We want to see it, and I'll see you next week. Bye.